What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle. My name is Splattercat. We are here in Nompton for another episode of Gnomoria. I think if there's anything that I learned from the previous episode in losing our guards, I think rushing for iron might be a decent idea, although it may put our kingdom stocks at too high a value. I don't know right now. Our stock is climbing, and while normally that would be a really good thing, it turned out pretty poorly for Doodle Danit. Doodle Danit had a hard day. Doodle Danit lost an arm, and then Doodle Danit lost a leg. And to Doodle Danit's credit, Doodle Danit still managed to stay on her foot and continue fighting, which is impressive by any means. I mean, she managed to make it work. I mean, she hustled. She hustled, I'll give her that. And so she will be buried in a manner which is fitting. I don't know what I should do with dead bodies right now. We need like a crypt or something, I think. Let's do that. Let's make a... can you designate an area as a crypt right now? I don't think that you can. Are there any graves or anything? I don't think they have graves either. Throw them in a bag. They're like, yeah, it'll be fine. I think that, well, it might be a decent idea to build a little area where we can dispose of our dead properly, is the thing that I would be slightly concerned about here. But otherwise, on this side, we're still clipping apple clippings so that we can plant our apple grove properly and make sure that we're trying, basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to turn this into a giant wheat field where we have nothing but wheat. And then on this side, I'm trying to turn it into just all the orchards supplying all of our fruit, and all of our crops will be supplying all of our wheat so that we can continue making bread all the time. I may also make a second kitchen just to make sure that the bread is being produced at a rate which will keep up with the consumption that we have going here at Nompton, because we like to eat a lot of bread. I mean, I made bread from scratch one time a long time ago, and if there's one thing I would say about that, it's that it's very yeasty. I hate that yeast smell. I remember it took all day. And it was the neighbor, and my mom got into this phase where she wanted, like, her kids to learn how to do all this stuff from, like, olden times. Just, like, these random useful skills that nobody knows how to do anymore. And I remember it being a giant pain in the ass. Like, you had to take the curds out of all the milk, and you had to just do all kinds of crazy stuff. It took all day, and it made the house smell like yeast. And one thing I learned that day is that I absolutely hate the smell of yeast. It makes me just feel sick to my stomach. It's such a gross smell. But anyways, I've done it before, but don't ask me to do it again, because I'll be like... I don't know how to make bread. What are you talking about? I mean, I could probably weasel my way through making tortillas or something, but past that point, and that would be very rudimentary tortillas, and tortillas are rudimentary as they come right now, and so making them even more so would be a feat of ignorance, I think. But anyways, let's hope that our miners can get all this done. I think our best plan is probably going to find a new location where we can dig out some stone that might be useful. Go down a few more levels and see if we can't get ourselves a better supply of both copper and tin. I'm going to actually jump in here and call this a 7x7 in each location. We'll just put down torches like we always do. That was a 6x7. Where did I skimp? I don't know. Not going to worry about it for too long. I know I skimped somewhere, I just can't tell where. You guys will point it out anyways. Let's see. Oh, I don't want to do that. Yeah, I do. It's the final layer. It's the final layer. I was going to do like a final countdown screen right there, but I don't think it's going to make anybody feel better about the situation. It will only make this more awkward, so I'm going to back away and just not allow it to happen. Hopefully we find ourselves some... I mean, we still got pretty good copper veins and whatnot running around up here that we can still exploit pretty handily. So we may just get back to doing that. So let's knock out a wall right there and hope that we end up with goodies galore. But we've pretty much run out of tin. Is this silver? I bet it's silver. Yep, it's silver. Okay, well, we may want to mine out the silver too, since we don't have a whole lot of pressing things to do at the moment. We need to get that armor done. But simultaneously, we're not going to have an invasion for a long time, so we can afford to do a little bit of mining right now anyways. We have enough pickaxes to go around. I do think that we should probably make 2 or 3 more, just to make sure, because let me count my population right now. We have 4 miners. Well, that leaves 1 to work on these metalworking projects, so that's fine. That works out okay. Just leave 1 guy behind to make sure that he gets all the skilled labor done. And what did I have queued? Oh, actually, they got it all done, so that's almost finished. The other thing that I'd like to do is in this episode, we have ourselves a jeweler. We should be getting ourselves a vendor pretty soon, and so what I'd like to do with the jeweler is I'd like to get some of the stones that we've cut, put into settings so they'll sell for a lot more money, and hopefully we can get like 3 or 4 yaks in the next go, maybe a couple emus. Just make sure that everything that needs to get taken care of can get taken care of. How's this going over here? Is this still moving? Almost done. Great. That's exactly what I wanted to see when I panned over here. That frees my farmers up to do some of the other labor that they need to get done in the course of this episode, namely getting the last of the strawberries out and ensuring that the wheat fields get taken care of. This also, I had kind of an ulterior motive right now. I did want to make sure that with our wheat fields that they got harvested at the same time so that they all grow at the same time, they all get planted at the same time, because right now, this half of the wheat field is being kind of a hipster wheat field and being like, nah, I was underground before the rest of you seeds were, and so yeah, that's a pun right there. And so anyways, I want these all to grow at the exact same time so that the harvest happens in one big burst rather than just kind of happening when it happens. Have you managed to put on Zizfizzle any extra equipment? Good. Gauntlets, pauldrons, fantastic. We've only got boots left going. And then our greaves on the list down here. They are. Okay, and so once the greaves are done, we should be good. A lot of copper still to be had. I'm going to take the opportunity to continue mining out walls. You don't know if you're going to hit tin either, so might as well get it up to the edge of the map. And then we'll also have our builders come down here, and we'll try and make sure that torches are dropped exactly where we need them. And that right there should have been, I don't know if I'm right or not, but it should be another grip of ore. Oh no, it was only like 34, so not quite enough, and we're absolutely out of tin, so we're going to want to be on the lookout for that. Although I think I might start mining on a lower level. Typically you want to keep your skills on a higher level, but in this case I want to take my skills down to a lower level, just because I feel like this layer is pretty much tapped out, I think. Alright. Cool. Looks like a self-contained ore situation. And then we'll put in the final torch on this side because I think we need it. So there it is. With all of this stuff down here, we want to get our torches in before I forget about them, because I will, and then we'll have zombies streaming into our society, and we'll probably die a terrible, bitey, and rather slobbery death. Prefer to keep my death at least half-stocked on slobber. I don't really want slobber to be involved in any case. And so what we'll do down here is let's mine out a big central location. Like so. We'll put in torches, and then we'll take a look around and we'll see what we've uncovered. If not, we'll do exploratory mining like we did in one of the earlier episodes. I don't think going for iron, I want to. Like, I really do want to go after iron right now. But it's kind of one of those risky ventures where we may overvalue our property and end up with swords that are worth like 8,000 apiece and just cause all kinds of problems for ourselves. Basically, if we crafted one suit of iron armor or one suit of steel armor, it would set us up for all kinds of problems, and so I think I'm going to take it a little bit slow right now. Looks like we have a little bit of coal right there. Not something that I readily care about. Yeah, no such luck right now in finding anything useful. It looks like there might be a sapphire or something right there. I do see something. Yeah, it's sapphire. Difficult to see sometimes through the highlighted animation that you get when you set things up, but if they're sapphire, that means it's just one sapphire. I don't know, there might not be anything here. Let's go ahead and continue having them just like strip mine the level. Keep it to blocks of 13. There's more efficient ways to do this right now, but we don't really have anything else going on at the moment, so we have the time to be inefficient should we desire it. And so this floor's got a lot of goodies for us, but I can't guarantee that we'll find tin, which is what I want. Might be a good idea maybe to just mine this out and see what we get right here. If we can find some tin in any of these outer recesses of our mining area, that'll work out great. Because we're out, that's it. I mean, we start breaking armor and it's not going to be able to be replaced right now, and that's a bad position to be in. Might also be a good time to send out a envoy to the mining colony, so we will send for an ambassador there. The other thing that we'll get ready, we've already cut up all the gems that we have, which is great. We'll go to our jeweler, and we will say, yeah, just make gemmed rings or something. Make like 5 of those. And then a gemmed necklace. Sure, why not? And then we'll kind of just see what those are worth once we get the job done. You guys have said that the value goes up multiplicatively, and it's actually like a giant jump from just a cut gem to an actual piece of jewelry, and I trust you. So I just want to quantitatively see what it's going to be, and if it's no good, we'll use like bronze fixtures or something later on. We do have silver around as far as I know. A merchant from the Rag Kingdom has arrived. That's good. Just step over the dead bodies here for her to take her post, which is disappointing. We haven't had any yaks born either, which is kind of bad. I mean, I wish that our yaks... I'm sorry, those aren't yaks. I know my animals. I love llamas, by the way. One of my bucket list items is just to hug a llama around the neck and just be, llama, I love you so much right now. I loved Carl from Jimmy Neutron because I share his affinity for alpaca culture and llama culture. They do have a culture. It's not a very complicated one. It mostly involves spitting and pooping everywhere, but llamas being what they are, I love them. I love them so very much. My llama love knows no bounds. Do not test me on this, NCE. I love me a llama. Such a great animal. It's assembled. It's majestic. It has all the proper proportions for hugging. A long neck. That's the most important part about an animal that needs to be hugged. It either needs to have a large body, but that will still fit your arms around it, or a tube-like neck, so that you can hug that. The second criteria for cuddliness, cuddlitude, if you will, is that it be covered with lovely fur. And they have wool, which works. It's squishy enough to make it work. And so, llamas, having known how to work it for a long time, llama culture has known since antiquity how to work it and how to be hugged. Well, I think llamas are up. I mean, I wish we had a shift right here that we could put them on. Everyone must hug the llama. This one is Steve, and this one is not Steve. I don't know. I don't know what to name my llamas. I have no idea. Steve and not Steve seems like a pretty good job to name the llamas. Once they start populating, though, I'm probably going to lose track of who's who, and that'll be that. We've already fruited right here, which is really, really good. Anybody want to jump on in down here and make ourselves a lovely batch of gemmed necklaces and things that we can sell to this Rag Kingdom representative who has showed up out of the love of her own heart? Everybody's hanging out in the dining hall right now. I assume they're just talking about their love of skull helmets or something. I'm not really sure why. We've got basic gemstones right now, but I don't want to sell those. I want to get stuff for my money right now. So hopefully that'll happen. She's still crafting boots or something over here. Alright, whatever. Works for me. On this floor, did we find anything else useful? We did not. Well, kind of a hard road to hoe right now. Oh, good. We've got, like, what is that? Serpentine? I love serpentine. Serpentine is a very cool stone if you've ever seen it. Let's go ahead and drop some more torches down in here. Throw that one up against the wall, and we will continue just strip mining the bastard. There it is right there. We will keep on moving. I don't know if my jeweler is also a miner. That would be my other concern right now. I don't think that my jeweler is. I think I have somebody specifically just tasked to be a jeweler at the moment. However, we may be... An emerald ring. What is it? 475. Dear God. Okay, well, we got a couple more of those, and we will be rolling in the dosh to give to our neighbors. Holy bejesups. That is a ton of cash. Those are worth way more than they reasonably should be. Well then. There's 2 male yaks. That's not very helpful. I shall take both of your alpacas. And I shall also take an emu right now. And then I shall pay you for an emu later. Let's find this super valuable stuff that we have laying around. I'm willing to bet it's probably not going to be worth as much right here. Okay, so we'll wait for a minute. We will wait till the transaction is finished. But just you wait, I almost said virgin. I don't know. Just you wait, merchant. Just you wait. We shall have enough things to trade to you, and it will be awesome. And you will be like, I have new appendage. I have new things with which to adorn my appendages. My phalanges now look 50% shinier, and also a little bit bluier. A little bit more azure, as it were. Which, for whatever reason, gnomes love to have, like, new things to adorn their phalanges, but as of right now, there's nothing around for us to adorn with. God, this has been one of those episodes where I'm not really sure what I want to focus on. Like, my camera work is just all over the place right now. It has to be around somewhere. Really? We seem to just be hitting duds here. Suppose I'll go through with a torch and blammo, and maybe, like, put one right there. Yeah, that'll work out okay. And then we'll mine out another 13 on this side. There we go. And I'm going to take care of this entire floor. I mean, it's going to go. I'm a little concerned about... Is that coal or is that tin? That's got to be coal. It's too dark. Allow me to click you, you bastard. wall selection leaves something to be desired. And then much past here, I mean, I suppose I could continue strip mining this location, but just don't see it working out for me. There's not a whole lot of tin left. There's a little bit left in that wall right there, but not nearly enough to sustain us much longer. Oh, there's some right there. Well. Hello, tin. I wish to mine you. Make yourself available to me, tin. Otherwise, I shall banish you to the stockpile, which means I'm still gonna mine you. You will be banished to the place you were probably gonna go anyways, so that I can turn you into awesome stuff. A little bit of silver right here. Gorgeous. I like silver too, but I think native copper tends to be my favorite little bit and bob that I've been acclimated to as a geologist. I love copper. It just looks great when you take it out of the earth. Like when it just freshly comes out, because they use acid to leach it out. That's how they get it out, and so it leaves all of the crevices and the bumps and hooks and knobs in the copper when you first get it out. And it has this wonderfully organic feel and look to it. Just love it. All around love it. I am going to also designate where the torches of the new generation shall be placed. That one shall go right there. Maybe one over here. And on this floor, maybe one right there, just to make sure that we don't get any crazy monsters that decide to come at us. This is like the color that they use for like every Misfits poster. Let's go back up. Maybe a little bit brighter on the green, but otherwise it seems kind of on point. I don't think we're going to get attacked till the next season, but I am kind of scared of what's going to happen from here on out. Oh, she left. Why? I wanted to buy your stuff from you. Now my kingdom is too valuable, and I'm kind of scared about what's going to happen. This is bad. Maybe I should stop this from producing any more. Stop that. You're making us too awesome. You've accelerated our society into way too awesome of a financial state. Stop that. You're making us look too good to our enemies. Honey Badger has now showed up. Not gonna waste time with the Honey Badger. My lovely little army of combatants right now. Hopefully we don't have the same problem in the future where more enemies decide to come along and attack us while we're all sleeping, but I'm going to forestall all of my panic because it is welling up inside of me right now. I have this panic up inside of me. Can't talk to my mom, so I talk to my diary. And so... God. Ghetto Boys. Nothing is... I'll admit, I have like the full Ghetto Boys discography on my iPod right now. And I listen to it all the time. Like I listened to Declaration of Independence like 3 days ago. No joke. I'm sorry, Declaration of... It's called Declaration of War? I don't know. Either way, I don't think it was Declaration of Independence. Pretty sure it's Declaration of War. I listened to it like 2 days ago. I'll admit to it. I am unashamed. God. Anyways, hopefully something around here decides to get done very shortly. Very shortly. They need to get their freaking... Did I accidentally buy 2 alpacas of the wrong sex? Female and male. His health is exhausted. I don't know. Maybe they just... I don't know. Maybe they just got it on. Maybe it's time for alpaca nap time. Hopefully it took, though, because we could use more alpacas. I wish that this kind of area would alpaca it on, I guess would be the way that I would put it if I was trying to be kind of wordplay-y. Either way, we've got loads and loads of food hanging out right now. Loads and loads of drinks. Not a whole lot to accomplish at the moment. A little bit of a lazy day right now. Kind of that lazy Sunday feeling where you just sit around and you're like, God, I don't feel like doing anything. Maybe I'll just finish watching Bates Motel or something. I don't know. I just started watching Bates Motel, by the way, which is why I've been using it as like my go-to TV show. Ever since Breaking Bad ended, I have like no meaning in my life right now. It's kind of sad, but, you know, don't judge me. Looks like we need another torch back in there, and we need to take a look around for more tin. Which actually, it looks like we pretty much mined it all out, which is disappointing. I was hoping that that vein would go out a little bit further. That's bad. That's real bad. We only got like 5 tin out of the wall. Well... This floor has been the most lucrative thus far, so I think I'll continue mining this out down here. And just hoping that the tin is accompanying some of this copper. We'll also continue going downwards. What are we on right now? We're on the minus 34. Okay, so that works out. I think I checked but then I forgot, so I don't really know how deep iron is. 50 would be my absolute guess if I had to just hazard one. I don't know why it would be a hazard to guess where tin is. I suppose it's a society that really wants you to be accurate about your scientific guesses, and we're like, listen, there is a punishment here. You are going to hazard a guess. You will not make a guess. You will hazard one because I will beat you if you get it wrong. We're like, damn, Nompton, you roll hard. And they're like, damn right we do. And so it doesn't appear to be anything other than copper here. Makes me think that I should probably stop. A little bit of copper right there. Copper tends to be slightly indicative of tin, in case you were wondering. That's why I've been using it as kind of a go-to indicator as to where we might find a better brand of lovely metals. Continue going up that way. As soon as they're done with that, we'll throw in even further torches, because I feel as though finding our next metal supply is probably a decent idea. It's probably a pretty good idea. The goblins now have weapons and helmets and armor and things to poke us with. And maybe I will, in between this episode and the next, dig down to like the minus 50 or something and see if we can't get our hands on at least enough ore to make like 5 or 6 steel breastplates or something. Just at least upgrade that so that copper gear has a really terrible chance of breaking through steel. It's probably not going to happen. It's kind of as an analysis. But yeah, everything's looking okay right now. We need to make sure that we're always at the forefront of the arms race that is occurring in our own backyard. None of these have been planted. Strangely enough, the birch grove is not being taken care of either. I think we just don't have enough farmers or something. I would be willing to sign something in triplicate saying that I think that's the problem. So I'm going to break the episode off here. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me in the Nerd Castle for another episode here in Nompton. In the next episode, I think in between here and there, I am going to dig down to the iron level. I'm going to try and make sure that in the next season, I really don't want to save scum during this playthrough, but we need more farmers. We need a lot more farmers. We need, I mean, at least 3 to 4 more. So at least getting 2 in the next season would be the way that I would propose that we kind of elevate ourselves from this weird torpor that we found ourselves in of mining. But anyways, next episode we will continue mining around on this level right here and seeing if we can find ourselves some useful ores. And then from there, we'll put in torches, and on the top level, we'll try and get ourselves a few more guys who are available to farm. And after that, I don't think there's going to be too much more to endeavor towards, aside from maybe building up above the top level. I'm a little bit worried, though, about tangible threats right now. So anyways, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Take care out there, everybody, and hi-do.